I'm a Web Genius presents the Small Business Marketing Did You Know series, Part 1. Thanks for stopping what you're doing to take a look at this video. If you're a small business owner, entrepreneur, executive, or manager, you're probably going to find this series of interest, and this video in particular, because it gives a great simple way for you to evaluate how good your web presence really is, at least in Google, and in particular if you have a physical location, a store or some kind of business storefront. But even if your business presence is entirely digital, you will learn some valuable information here. In parts 2 and 3, we'll look at some other methods of more thoroughly seeing and understanding what the web thinks of your online marketing efforts, but I hope you'll watch this through to the end because for most, it will be quite eye-opening. Now, this vid is a bit longer than I would have liked, but it's full of really important info, and I urge you to really dig in, pay attention, and watch to the end. So let's start where you should start, at the beginning and with Google. Did you know 86% of web surfers look for local businesses to patronize? Web marketing research proves it, and what we're seeing online every day only confirms it. What this means to you and your business is that on any given day, there are probably hundreds and maybe even thousands of searches going on in your local area, looking for what you have to offer. Of course, the number of searches depends on the size of the market. If you're in Los Angeles, New York, or Chicago, there are going to be far more searches for a given product or service than if you live in a small town in rural Montana, say. But regardless of where your business is located, the question that needs to be asked and answered is this: can they find you to buy from you? An important question, right? And one which has vexed most small business owners for years now. After all, it's one thing to slam a website online, it's quite another to know how well it's doing its job. The great news is that in this series, we're going to provide you with 3 100% free independent tests you can do to see how well you're doing online. The first of these we call the Google test. We're going to start with Google because, well, the fact is, the vast majority of web searches by people who are actually looking to spend money start and end with Google. Yes, even in the age of Facebook, Twitter, and Google +1. You should know what the big dog thinks, right? Now, the test is super easy to take. Just go to Google and type in your trade plus city. Another way to think of it would be business type and location. For example, if you were a plumber in Los Angeles, California, you'd type in something like plumber Los Angeles. If you weren't aware of it, this is the way people are searching for products and services locally using Google. Now let's go do that search and see what comes up. The first thing I'm seeing is what used to be called Google Maps and is now called Google Places. That's what Google wants you to see. Up at the top and down the side here are the AdWords ads. These are ads people are paying for on a per-click basis. That's one way to approach the problem. AdWords does work, but it can get very expensive too. In some markets, $50 or more per click, and that's just for a click, nothing more. But you really want to be here in the organic search results. Not only is that free traffic, but it's what people really look at. Despite the cost to businesses, the sad and scary truth is that many people simply don't even see the paid ads. It's what's known in the trade as ad blindness. Search Engine Watch, one of the most respected organizations in the world when it comes to web-related matters, reports that 94% of all traffic goes to the organic search results. Further, that most of that goes to the top 3 results. Now, this is what's known as a 7 box, though Google has done away with the box per se graphically. There's also a 3 box in some markets, and in a few, no Google Places, Google Maps at all. Anyway, this is where you want to be. Not just on page 1 of the search results, but on the map, so to speak. These businesses are going to get the lion's share of the clicks. In fact, many consumers simply click on the map, like so, and then click on the business nearest them. Ironically, there's 2 businesses here ranking above the Google Places listings. What this means is that these are websites with strong authority in Google's eyes. I say ironically because they're outranking the local competition and don't appear to have a Google Places listing, which, by the way, is something every business owner out there needs to do if they haven't done so already. That is, claim their Google Places listing. Have you done it yet? If you haven't, you can go to google.com/places. You'll also note, if you haven't before, that Google Places gives people a way to leave reviews, good or bad, about your business and rate it overall. Google Places alone and its importance to your business could be a series of videos itself. We don't have the time to go into it here, but suffice it to say, Google Places gives you an incredible opportunity to increase your online marketing effectiveness, and it's totally free. I suggest you load your profile with business info, pics, videos, your business hours, and most importantly of all, be sure to get plenty of good reviews. Now, there's a whole strategy and methodology to doing all of that and doing it the right way. Again, I don't have time to go into it here. But back to the Google test in particular. If you were a Los Angeles plumber and you weren't seeing your business listed on page 1, and more particularly on the map, you'd be in big trouble. And interestingly enough, when you go to page 2, guess what? Yep, that's right. Here are more plumbers who, for whatever reason, aren't on page 1 and or on the map. And believe me, their business is suffering for it. Now, if I was one of these guys, I'd be doing everything in my power to get onto page 1. The bad news is that, and I'm guessing here because I haven't done any detailed analysis of this particular market, most of these guys are working with SEO firms, that is the ones on page 1. Or at the very least, those companies have some knowledge as to what it takes to rank in Google. For the guys who are on page 2 and beyond, it won't be easy to get on page 1, but it will be well worth the effort. The good news for many of you watching this video is that in all kinds of markets all over the world, the competition isn't all that tough. Most people and companies haven't really gotten wise to what it takes to rank well in Google or know how to do it. And many of the guys on page 1 are there more by accident than design. Still, keep in mind that over 70% of the clicks go to the top 3 listings, and Google is hiving off a significant portion of local search traffic straight onto Google Places and Maps. So odds are, if you're not on page 1, you're never going to be found. 75% of web surfers never go beyond page 1, particularly on the local scene. After all, generally speaking, page 1 has at least half a dozen businesses to pick from. Why would you look any further? So, to go back to the big question, can they find you to buy from you? If you haven't already done so, go and take the Google test. Now you know what to look for. If you've already gotten your results and you don't like what you see, then the choice is clear. To quote Morgan Freeman from one of my favorite old movies, The Shawshank Redemption, get busy living or get busy dying. He wasn't talking about small business marketing, of course, or your web presence, but the point couldn't be more apt. If your web presence isn't good, it's not going to get better by itself, and there's no time like the present. In fact, the longer you wait, the worse it gets and the harder it will be to climb the hill. So I recommend getting started with all speed. Now, there are many ways to achieve the results you want. I've even written a series of articles called The Small Business Marketing Catch-22 that looks at what you're facing as a small business person and how to deal with it. You might want to check out those articles. In the meantime, if you have questions, need clarification, or want to discuss improving your web presence, please find us on the web at imawebgenius.com or on Facebook at facebook.com/imawebgenius. So I'm Carl, Web Genius Steinman. I hope you found this video of value. Look for more in the Did You Know series, as well as more on small business marketing and related subjects on our website and social media feeds. Thanks for watching. Click the link or visit our website at imawebgenius.com. There's more coming soon. Likes, shares, comments, and faves are greatly appreciated. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for updates. Better ideas equal better results. Your buzz is our business. Click the link or visit our website at imawebgenius.com.